I used to work at Disney World, the so-called happiest place on Earth. For 23 years, I wore the uniform with pride. I kept quiet, followed the rules, and believed in the magic. Just like everyone else. And trust me, Disney takes that magic very seriously. Employees are forbidden from sharing certain behind-the-scenes details, especially anything that could hurt the brand. I was never supposed to tell this story, but after what I saw, staying silent felt worse than losing my job. For most of my time, I worked as park security, chasing shoplifters, stopping fights, and keeping things smooth. The job was exhausting, especially under the Florida sun. 10 hours a day, walking the grounds, always smiling. Eventually, I couldn't do it anymore. I requested a transfer to one of the indoor resort hotels, thinking it'd be easier, and in many ways it was. Air conditioning, softer floors, but the guests? Not what I expected. They weren't excited kids or cheerful tourists. They were families who spent a fortune to be here. And with that money came stress, expectations, and constant arguments behind closed doors. I lost count of how many times I gently knocked on a door and calmed down a screaming match inside. Most of the time, people just needed to sleep it off. But not this time. This time, no one opened the door at all. It was room 301. Housekeeping reported it had gone 2 days without checkout, which was already unusual. By the third day, we had to act. When I opened the door, the room looked normal. Luggage still in place. Children's toys neatly packed near the window. Open snacks on the table. Clothes hanging in the closet. It felt like the family had just stepped out for ice cream and would be back any minute. But everything had a layer of stillness. No movement. No light chatter. No music. And the longer I stood in the doorway, the more I felt something was very, very wrong. I checked our system. The reservation belonged to a family of 4, 2 parents, 2 children. All the paperwork was clean. Payment cleared, nothing suspicious. Their car? Still in the parking lot, right where it had been for 3 days. Their magic bands showed they'd used their meal vouchers and park tickets as normal. But there was a strange detail. The last activity on the account happened 2 days ago at Magic Kingdom. And the final log, they boarded the It's a Small World ride. Security footage confirmed it. At 10:57 a.m., all 4 scanned in and stepped onto the boat. But there's no footage of them getting off. We alerted the park. Within an hour, the ride was shut down. Guests were quietly evacuated. Lights turned on, music silenced. The familiar, cheerful puppets looked unsettling without the song. I joined the sweep team. 10 of us checked everything. Under boats, behind animatronics, even inside the maintenance tunnels beneath the ride. There were no signs of injury, no screams. No blood, just 3 cell phones left on a boat bench. And a child's Mickey Mouse cap floating in the water. I wasn't satisfied. I logged into the family's Disney account and accessed their Memory Maker, the package that automatically stores every ride photo. What I found turned my stomach cold. 732 photos. Nearly all from It's a Small World. But here's the problem. That ride only takes 1 photo per trip. How could they have hundreds? The first image showed the family smiling, surrounded by other guests. The next image, same boat, same spot. But now they were alone and looking confused. Then things escalated fast. In photo after photo, the father looked more and more agitated, shouting, standing up, grabbing the rail. The mother was shielding the kids. The children were clearly crying. By photo number 50, the father tried to climb out. In one frame, he's gone. In the next, he's back without a head, no blood, just a slumped figure. Neck cut clean. By photo number 450, the daughter was gone. By photo number 675, only the mother and 1 child remained, and someone or something else was now sitting across from them. A pale, lifeless man in dark clothes slumped forward. He didn't look like a tourist. And in every photo from then on, the survivors looked hollow, their eyes wide. Faces drained of color, frozen in terror. I slammed my laptop shut, then reopened it when I noticed the file size increasing. New photos were still being added, even though the ride had been closed. At that moment, the local police arrived. I gave them everything. But I knew exactly what would happen next. Disney would bury it like they always do. That was the day I handed in my badge and walked out for good. I shared my story anonymously online. What followed were dozens of messages from former employees and guests, all claiming strange experiences on the same ride. One man, a technician from 2012, said he rode "It's a Small World" on his final day. He saw a Swiss animatronic doll he'd never seen before, not dancing, not singing, just staring. He swore she showed up in 4 different scenes. Another message came from a woman who visited. She said her friends started crying during the ride and pointed at the water. She looked down and saw human faces, dozens of them, just beneath the surface. Eyes wide, mouths open in silent screams, she told a staff member. The reply? It's just the reflection of the dolls. But she knew better. To this day, I don't know what happened to that family. Were they swallowed by the ride? Trapped in some hidden part of the park? Or was something older, darker, waiting for them inside that tunnel? All I know is this. There's something inside. It's a small world, something that doesn't want to be seen, and something that doesn't let everyone leave. So if you ever visit Disney World, don't ride it alone. And if this story gave you chills, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Every week I share real stories, urban legends, and hidden horrors from places you thought were safe. Thanks for watching.